Welcome to The Five. In this podcast, we have open and lively conversations, everything from movies, science, politics, and culture. We're open conversations about the mundane, the everyday life, perplexing topics, and laugh out loud moments with the bestest people around. We hope you stick around and enjoy the company of The Five. Welcome back, everyone, for another episode. I'm Josue.
I'm Moy, and we are The Five.
You saw that I told you everyone how there was two patients where I work that came in with symptoms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you were like, okay, guys, it was good. It's good knowing you guys.
It's crazy, dude.
It's insane of what's happening right now. I feel it's already grown out of what it was to be expected within the last month or two.
I've been on like social media and stuff, or like on Reddit, there people post videos of like that they see like from doctors and nurses and patients online. And there was one I don't know, I didn't know if it was real or not, but allegedly the person that had posted said that they had cut it from a Twitter account, from like a Chinese Twitter account, saying that the person in the video who was allegedly infected with the coronavirus was like spitting like on buttons in an elevator complex, so that the people so that like their residents their neighbors can get infected.
So they were deliberately trying to infect people?
Yeah, so like they were spitting, they were coughing all over the place without any hesitation of or even without any thought of thinking for anyone else. They were just like, bleh! I'm like, freaking I Am Legend over here.
We need Dr. Robert Miller.
No! I can save you. I can save you.
In New York City. Can you hear?
Is that I'm
Legend? Look, it's a butterfly.
No, it's follow the butterfly. Something like that.
Oh, something like that, yeah. Yeah, dude, it's freaking getting crazy out here, man. And even in school, because I went last weekend to class.
Yeah.
And even then, the coronavirus topic was like hot.
Yeah.
There was no getting away from it. And even the professor had given us assignment regarding the coronavirus and how it started spreading and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been reading it, and it's quite interesting. It's saying that it's a lot. It's 10 times worse as far as the SARS back in 2003.
Yeah, but like just like 15 years ago.
Exactly.
I guess we were so little because honestly, I don't remember any of that.
I wouldn't say that I would pay attention to it, but I do remember about an epidemic happening in China back then.
You see, I was what, 12 years old. I didn't pay attention to none of that. I was too busy playing Pokemon.
I was 8 years old too. But even so, people. From what I remember, people did start talking about like something that was spreading around fast, but in China.
What were they talking about in your classroom? What did they say about that, about SARS and stuff, and how it's very similar or even worse?
No, what they're saying is that according to the article that I was reading, SARS had. Let me just pull it up real quick before I move on.
All over our work, they have signs. If you're experiencing symptoms of of cold or flu-like and respiratory problems, please do not come in. Head to an emergency room immediately.
Damn, just like that.
Yeah, and like we have to be giving patients out what do you call it? Face masks and everything.
Yeah, especially
you know what the worst part is? Freaking old people, man, I swear. They get pissed when you offer. No, like. I'm like, sir, would you please mind putting a face mask? No, I'm fine. I'm like, okay.
And it's like this. I told you that I have at work that she has a chronic cough, which is actually pretty bad. And but when she coughs, it's like, can you like tone it down? Can you
I know that in your mind you're like, can you please shut the hell up?
Exactly. Fucking idiot. Just stop coughing.
Stop
or just die.
Seriously?
Just die already. If you can't handle the cough. No, man. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
so
Granny. Hey, Granny.
Huh?
You're like, hey, Granny. Kick rocks already.
Kick the bucket, all right?
Okay, what were you saying?
Save us the trouble and die already. No, but what I was reading is that according to the CDC, in this article, it says that there was about a total of 8,098 people worldwide who became sick with SARS during the 2003 outbreak. Of these 8,098, 774 had died. And this, comparing to today, coronavirus infection it's right now it's up to 7,700.
So it's people almost there.
It's but this is within a month or so, because it already started happening way before the year had ended. They try to keep it quiet at least.
Yeah. See,
from what I hear is that on a couple online videos too. I actually started looking at Reddit more because it's becoming helpful. Deliberately just infecting whatever it is that they touch. But the thing is that, but to what purpose? I mean, other than infecting them, what's really the whole meaning behind it? To what purpose? Like I was saying, I mean, is there a bigger reason for this? Because what I mentioned to you last time was, for me, this looks like a way to kind of depopulate China.
Yes, that's
because it is overbooked.
That's one thing that I've also been reading on, wild theory thought, conspiracy, talking about conspiracy here. But they're like, okay, what if? Sure, we know that plagues have happened and diseases have come and gone. But why does stuff like this keep happening in China? We're a place where, yes, most of it is agricultural, and most of their population is dispersed through their what do you call it? Not urban. What do you call it? Rural land. Mm-hmm. But still, China has over 1 billion people living in there, right? Is it China or India?
I think it's China. Because China's overpopulated right now.
See, and especially with them, having their government policies that they have, especially since they're a communist country. Dude. Look at how their whole one-child policy is kicking them in the ass now. There's not enough women to go around. There's more dudes. Exactly. There's so many men and not enough women. So if a country is willing to go to the extent of telling its own citizens what it can, how many kids it can and cannot have, imagine what they're willing to do in order to in order for their infrastructure not to collapse on itself.
They're trying to gain back.
Yeah, what length they're not willing to go to in order to kind of keep the population down. Even then, look at what was that? All the media attention that the Hong Kong protests were garnishing just before the end of 2019. Mm-hmm. And what if this is just another way of what do you call it? Taking attention from that and putting it into something else.
I don't know, dude. It's some crazy shit happening. And a couple of other people actually in class have started saying what if this is a way, or what if this is how the next age is going to happen? You know what I mean?
The hell? How did you go from disease to ice age?
No, he referred it to as the next wiping out of the human population.
Okay. Kind of like what
during
Bill
the
Gates
ice
said?
age. Yeah, kind of, because according to just like Becky said, according to Bill Gates in that documentary, and I saw it too, it's about 30 million people who will be infected, or at least become infected, and eventually die within the next 6 months or so.
Yeah.
But it's already surpassing 7,000 people infected. The whole city of Wuhan is completely isolated. It's quarantined. You can't get in, you can't get out.
Yeah.
you know, and with this whole with the whole similarities of what happened in I Am Legend, it looks like it's getting there.
I'm being serious. The first thing that popped into my head when I started hearing like all these things from like the Wuhan coronavirus and people this and that, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, is this I Am Legend?
That's what it seemed like, and not only that, but it strikes fear in you because you're like, what the hell is happening?
And the worst part is that, there's some people that you know, I mean, obviously, you know, we listen to the news, or at least to the parts that are most important to us that we think might affect us. But, you know, there's some people that just take it to the max. Like, I'm sure you've seen also videos of people, like random Asian tourists, like in big cities, and people are like, oh, don't touch them. I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? Cover your mouth. Like, just recently I saw a video of a lady calling another Asian lady. I'm pretty sure she was Chinese. She was like, oh, you freak effing gook. What are you doing here? You're going to infect us all. I'm like, my God. I'm like, people need to chill, man.
Yeah. And that's actually one way of what I feel. I mean,
like causing mass hysteria.
Yeah, causing mass hysteria complete to the point where everyone's going to be separated again. You know what I mean? I mean, we're already separated right now. It's the bit, but it's gonna get to a maximum level of completely isolating a type of person. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're of Asian background, you better stay away. Or, you know, or anyone who comes in contact with someone, they're gonna try to quarantine and get you away from them simply because they think that you're infected.
Straight up Pearl Harbor with the whole Japanese Japanese citizens, with the Japanese American citizens.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Because I mean, and then not only that, but there's one of the teachers that I know at one of the schools, because they're a friend of mine actually, from keep in contact with sometimes, and they said that one of the teacher's husbands actually came back he was on his way back from China, and then they were reviewing, scanning everyone, and then they eventually caught him being infected too.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, holy crap.
You're like, why are you talking to me? Get away!
Exactly. No, but it was over the phone, like through text message.
Oh.
Well, wait. My phone is infected.
What does your Apple phone say? Your iPhone say? Designed by Apple, made in China.
Made in China. Or have you seen those memes where it has like the 4 segments? It's like Americans. Oh, I feel like I'm getting cold. I'm gonna stay home. And then Chinese people they start traveling everywhere. Getting on top of the high speed luggage.
So dumb.
They're looking at like maps of the US and stuff, like trying to get out.
Seriously?
People are so stupid, man. They're so quick to start coming up with memes, man.
I think that's how this generation copes with
fear,
with fear and its existential anxieties and all of that, and
jeez, man.
Having the feeling of nothing matters. I don't know. I mean, it's a good way to pass the time, that's for sure.
Just looking at dumb stuff. Like, I mean, that one's my favorite. Freaking white people. We'll just stay home. Asians traveling all over. You need to put that up. Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna put the one with Steve Harvey. Oh hell no!
Okay, so what? Going back to what you had brought earlier, how did that connect it with the Ice Age? I'm still lost on that.
So the Ice Age was a period in time in where the Earth eventually came to a pinnacle point where at some point it was going to expire. You know, certain formations when the whole Pangea was getting formed and everything like that. You know, the whole seasons started changing, and eventually the Ice Age completely froze over everything. You know, and from there came new life.
Yeah.
But from then, all the life that had been completely destroyed or died off, all of that completely cleared out, especially with the cold. And then he compared it with today. He's like, I'm not saying that it is the ice age, but that's what it seems like. Like the world is just like he put it this way. He was like, whether the coronavirus was man-made or is an actual biological formation of nature that is coming out, and eventually it's just going to wipe out a complete part, or at least 1/3 of China's population.
It's like,
and eventually, and then eventually, if it surpasses by crossing over the seas, it'll eventually.
It can get worse.
It can get worse, So not only will it turn into the ice, not only will the ice age have already passed, in this term, it will also start creating another Black Plague.
So it's pretty much the way your professor described it is basically it's just nature's way of getting rid of us,
so to speak. Yeah, whether it's man-made or like I said, whether it's man-made in labs or it was biologically, came out of nowhere.
Your professor sounds like straight up Agent Smith. You are a virus. This thing, this life.
He's gonna start coming up with his plugs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm unplugged.
I'm gonna butt plug you. Was it?
Nah, man. But yeah, he kind of like connected it all, like in terms of metaphors. He was like, that's what it seems like. At this point, we're so overpopulated that eventually there's going to have to be some type of selective,
some form
destruction.
Of,
natural selection.
Natural selection.
Mm-hmm. That'll eventually come out.
Yeah.
But the main danger is that if we don't control it from that point, then it'll eventually become a global epidemic.
Yeah.
Or global pandemic is how they say, and that'll be, of course, the cause of so many other things. This virus can transform into something else, but with the contact with other atmospheres from around the world, I mean, China right now is so.
And the worst part is.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
No, I'm saying like China is completely heavily polluted, especially with all the power plants and the way the conditions are over there. Everything is so compact, that's where it's spreading faster, And as soon as it crosses the seas, it gets into the water environment, it gets into the air of certain regions, and it'll spread faster. Heat makes it spread faster.
Yeah.
And then the cold, obviously, it compresses it. So, it all depends on where it's going to go. But the way that he brought it up, it was quite interesting. So, yeah, you were going to say?
I completely forgot.
That's not one of the coronavirus symptoms, right?
No. Forgetfulness?
Alzheimer's? Oh, man.
Back to I Am Legend. Oh, no, that's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, yeah. See, there's another one right there.
That we made, damn it.
Exactly. But don't you think that all these disaster movies have a hint?
There's that saying that art imitates life.
Mm-hmm.
Or that life imitates art. I don't know. Either way, it's applicable here because hell, every major global catastrophe or problem that goes on, like, hey, that happened in this movie.
Exactly. Hey, that looks similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, it's happening. Corona with Lyme disease.
With Lyme.
And I sent the picture later that said, yeah, with blood pressure.
Seriously. With the salt.
Freaking Becky didn't get it. She's like, why blood pressure? I'm like, Becky, you're stupid. You dumb.
But man, it's crazy to think that that just imagine if everything that's happening in China, if it either A, could have been prevented, or B, if it's being done deliberately.
Yeah, see, and those are two things that we still don't know at the moment. According to that I actually tried to go back to, I don't know if it's still there or not, said that ground zero, although it was in Wuhan, it was one person who was an actual an elder.
You see, old people.
An elder who eventually accidentally spread it to someone. That's one rumor. The other one is that it came from a lab, biochemical lab.
Yeah, and another one that I heard was because of the unsanitary conditions of like the animal markets, of the live animal markets
with the whole bats.
Which, yeah, have you seen the videos of it, dude? Those places, they look really dirty.
And they're slums. I'm sorry to say that, but they're slums.
Well, yeah, people go there. They eat. I mean, it reminds me of going to downtown LA, eating at the callejones with the ladies with the tacos and pupusas and everything. I mean, shit, stuff. That's how stuff begins, man.
Exactly. People don't sanitize, and then you have all these flies all over the place, and then they still eat it.
Flies, and then cross contamination, and then people aren't following health codes.
It's a huge.
And then health codes are different, in other countries than they are here.
Yep.
And then we have water contamination. It's just a whole big monster that you don't that most people, even us, you don't think about. You just think, oh, it's just the water I drink. Oh, it's just the food I eat.
Exactly.
But so many things go into place in making sure that nothing gets, infected.
And that's the thing, though. How do you not forget to wash your hands? Especially when it comes to, I mean, even in the callejones, I mean, that's a whole different story. But it's eventually, at some point in time, someone's gonna bring like, hey, here's some tacos, and they wipe their ass with it and stuff like that.
Oh, where the hell do you go?
No, I'm just never mind. I'm just saying, because people, you don't even know the hygiene level of people either.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, look at China, for example, like that area where the whole wild animal food and stuff like that. I mean, you got flies all over that event. That their purpose in life is just to eat shit.
Well, yeah, like the main purpose. I mean, like the animals there, like they're just out in the open. Like just straight up out in the open.
They're winged vermin.
And then bat soup, that's so gross.
You saw how it looks so friggin' BS.
It looks crispy.
Yeah, exactly, all crispy. I thought it was like a friggin' spider.
Yes, that when I first saw that video, I'm pretty sure you and I are talking about the same video. But when I first saw that video, I'm like, did they deep fry that bat? Because it just like
exactly,
like it looks super stiff. And then the lady was like eating it, like
she was like, and then you go home and suck your dick. That dick got corona.
It's so gross. I don't want to freaking think about Chinese penis.
Let's see. Oh man, it's freaking disgusting, man. And then, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I was looking at pictures of Wuhan, and dude,
I thought you were gonna say about a Chinese penis.
No, dude. That just came out of the blue.
Oh.
But I just saw a picture of a Chinese penis. That shit is small.
Okay, go.
I was looking at pictures of the city of Wuhan, and dude, it looks like we mentioned earlier, it looks completely like New York City and I Am Legend. There's roots already coming out of places. There's cars abandoned and everything like that. It's just all over the place.
So, like, really, see, I haven't looked it like quite into that yet. So it really, like, there's actual pictures of it being like that already.
It's starting already. Dude, that place has been quarantined for the past week or so. Probably even more than that.
More.
And it's just completely silent. I was listening also to the BBC, and they said it's like in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. That's how empty it is. And
they're actually cleaning it. There's actual like government people cleaning it.
Exactly.
Cleaning the streets
with hazmat suits and everything like that. I'm telling you, man. But this is like the next. This is going to be the beginning of the zombie apocalypse.
But look, I'm right here on Getty Images, and it says people in hazmat suits sit at a table outside a hotel accommodating isolated people. They're just playing like poker or something with hazmat suits on.
What the hell, dude? I mean, to them, it's probably nothing.
That's insane.
It's getting crazy. Yeah.
Well, if there was ever a time to want to create mass hysteria, I guess now would be the time.
Exactly. They're putting up. People are spreading their own propaganda of, oh my god, it's the new zombie apocalypse, or it's just a way to depopulate, or diminish the population. Of China. You know, it's getting insane, and I think people need to feel like people on the lookout as far as people spreading the wrong shit.
Yeah, and obviously that too. That's why it's always good to like do your due diligence.
Yeah. Because it gets out of control. You say one thing, and it eventually turns into another once the second person is heard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like that lady that was freaking calling the Chinese lady on the subway racist names because she thought she was gonna infect her. I'm like, okay. That's too much, lady.
Exactly. That's just. You're just crazy. That's all it is. If anything, instead of trying to separate, then we should all try to get together and be like, hey, let's find a way or help these people who are here, or something. Oh, you know what I also heard? That there is a Kaiser Permanente somewhere. I don't know where. Somewhere here in California, though. That they supposedly, entre comillas, in quote unquote, that they denied the patient who had the coronavirus symptoms.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't say where. They just said it was Kaiser. So either they completely denied it, or the person didn't want to get treated or anything like that. But they're on the loose.
Oh God. When did you read that?
On that one, I heard it in class. But the thing is that this person works or knows nurses who have in the medical field who have said that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably legit at the fact that maybe someone just didn't want to get treated, or they think that by them being admitted at the hospital could put potentially everyone in danger.
Yeah.
And you know what the thing is that from what my professor on Saturday, a different one, told us, is that it seems like the people who it's being infected faster and being killed off pretty much by this virus are people with weak immune systems.
Oh God, that's me.
Oh, that's why you said your goodbyes already.
Yes, I'm letting you guys know, man.
Oh God, dude, nothing's gonna happen, dude. It's not gonna happen. It better not happen. You better not happen. You better not let it happen. Butterflies.
I'm going to start looking for some butterflies somewhere.
I'm going to start looking for Dr. Robert Neville. Well, Willie, get your ass over here. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Robert Neville, and I order you to scan her again. Scan her again. What is it? Oh man, it's getting crazy. And I've seen a lot of clips of different constantly scanning people in and out.
Yeah, I wonder how those scanners work. Like, do they detect something in your bloodstream?
No, not the bloodstream, within the eye. Because technically, when it comes to detecting someone who's infected, you can see it right in the eyes. So like there's a level there's a way of determining whether a person's affected by looking at the eye, and there are certain there's an anatomy. I mean the anatomy of the eye is completely complex. But in order to determine that, like for example, there's going to be maybe a slight discoloration or a popped vein of a specific form or something like that. Or maybe their eye or the pupils are completely dilated or something like that. So that can determine whether you're infected or not.
Dude, that's crazy how far technology has come, huh?
Oh yeah, and hopefully they better stop it. If they're scanning that good, I mean, hopefully they're not letting the wrong people in and letting the wrong people out, the right people out.
Well, you never know, man. You got enough money, you can do anything you want.
I'm not infected.
That's funny because I was just watching an episode of The Office where Dwight, he says that people who use hand sanitizers, they're just weak-willed because they don't let their immune systems like fight for themselves. So Jim is like, so you would like it if I sneeze on you? He's like, yes. And then like all throughout like the beginning monologue, people are just like hurrying to Dwight to sneeze on him and sneeze on his toes and sneeze on his teeth.
That's what it seems like it's happening now. No, the thing is that here's the thing with hand sanitizer, and I think people either they know about it or they don't. But hand sanitizer doesn't really help as much when you're constantly applying it, because then you're just how do you say, you're just getting your hands used to the fact that you have to do it all the time. That can even weaken your immune system.
You see, that's why when I go to take a poop, I don't wipe my hands.
He does, people. Okay, he does. He's just joking around, right?
So next time I shake your hand, boy, nice to meet you.
What is this? Is this chocolate? Hey, where'd you get Snickers from?
It's not Snickers.
You're gonna be like the part where it sounds like it's that episode where Dwight is caught having sex in the office. And then Oscar's like, okay, where? He just looks at him like, where, Dwight?
Where, Dwight?
Like, seems like you already know where.
No.
He covers his mouth.
Friggin' Oscar, he plays, he does like the little gay mannerisms so good.
He's like, it's like so fragile.
Man.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about the coronavirus?
I don't know, man. A part of me, like the one that likes to think about things and not be so cynical, would like to think, okay, this was probably just happened because of either malfeasance or human error, or I mean, obviously human error, or just not enough health code laws, being applied. But then, like, the cynic in me is like, no, something else, something darker is going on. Yeah. That's why, like, the main thing that happened to me, like, what if this is just a calculated attack on other nations from originated in China? And this is just like my conspiracy talk. Like, okay, yeah, there's like you already said, it could be like population control or something. I'm like, but what if this is already a calculated biological what did I just say? A planned attack of biological warfare.
You just said. Yeah, a planned attack. Yeah, I feel like at some point that's what it's coming to. Because it seems, I'm sure it seems so coordinated, don't you think?
Yeah, like once you already have a couple of people out of your country going into other major cities around the world that have they're obviously already exhibiting the symptoms. You just let them out, or was like the health part of China's government, were they not aware of stuff like this?
Or either they were, or they just ignored it.
Or they just ignored it, like, oh, it's just one case, or it's just a couple of cases, we should be fine.
And then
now it's like more than right now we're just seeing that more than 500 people have already died.
Imagine
because of being infected with the coronavirus.
Sheesh.
And yeah, you're like, oh yeah, 500 people out of what, 1 point something billion? Yeah, that's nothing. That's not the point.
Look at the rate at it's going. It's already a month. 500 people have already died, and it could be that they haven't really put up the number correctly too.
Oh, that too. Obviously, it takes time for all those statistics and numbers to come in.
Exactly.
But that's one idea that I had in mind. I'm like, what if this is like a calculated attack of biological warfare? I'm like, that would be like, not that I think it's a good thing, but that would be super smart. Infect your own citizens that you know are known to travel, and boom, just send them out.
I think that would be the most effective way to do it. Especially knowing that people in China are, I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but at least some of them are just like, you know what, we don't want to be here.
Oh, that they want to leave?
Yeah, that they want to leave, you know?
And, they do government descendants.
Yeah.
Dissidents, there you go. Yeah, that people who don't agree with the government. Okay, fine, you can go. We'll give you asylum.
And then,
but you need to come here to our hospitals to make sure that you're checked before you head to there. Okay, yeah, fine, yeah, anything to get out of here.
And then boom.
You think you're getting blood tests? They think they're getting blood tests or blood drawn or labs, and
they're actually
getting infected.
Exactly, they're putting the virus within you.
It's crazy, you think people would actually do that, dude?
Dude, come on. If the CIA was able to capture people just because of their stupid mind games and everything like that, I'm pretty sure at some point another government is going to come out and do something worse.
And do worse, huh?
Yeah. Look at MK Ultra, the shit they use in ordinary citizens. And if that is the case, if China is really using a biological warfare, then they're going to do it with their own citizens, you know. And they have they would spare no expense.
Obviously, look what's happening to those people that are protesting in Hong Kong. They want to be their own sovereign nation.
Exactly.
These people are being freaking... Oh, that's another part that's so scary, dude. These people are getting arrested, and they're like, my name is so-and-so, and if you see me, I would never commit suicide. And boom, they shut them out and put them into vans. I'm like, fuck, dude. Imagine being in a country that does that to you.
They're being blacklisted.
That's
intense, what it seems like. You remember how in the movie...
Oh, what if the people that were affected are the prisoners they caught in the Hong Kong protests?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like, you know, all those prisoners that they took and students that they took from Hong Kong.
Oh, like they're deliberately infecting them.
That they're deliberately infecting them and then putting them out in public.
Dude, that just changes the whole thing. You wouldn't be attacking ordinary citizens then. You'd be attacking the actual protesters, the activists.
Exactly. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, how convenient that, you know, for a couple of months it was nothing but Hong Kong this. You know, they want their freedom, this and that, and all of a sudden,
virus.
In Wuhan, in the province of Wuhan, China, there has been multiple deaths, freaking related to the coronavirus, which is spreading rapidly. And boom, 2 months, a month and a half later, look what's happening now. No one's talking about Hong Kong anymore. We're all talking about coronavirus.
They're completely shifting from one place to another. And if you've noticed, actually, the whole virus thing has actually shifted us away from what. I know. Us the five, we're constantly being updated as far as what's going on in politics and everything like that. But I haven't seen really any coverage as far as social media when it came to the impeachment hearings. Have you noticed that?
Oh, well. Today
no, I'm talking about within this month, like this last month, when the coronavirus came out. That just completely it completely changed direction.
Yeah, because people don't really want to. People want to hear about the impeachment hearings, but what's more concerning to them? Someone that is most likely not going to get impeached, or your own health.
Exactly. don't know, man.
But I don't know, man.
But
Just
I think I like the fact. I think I like your concept as far as the protesters being the ones infected. That seems like a way of like blackmailing them, dude. Don't you think?
I mean, I'm telling you, I've shared the videos and how these people are they're literally being captured by the Chinese police, and they're screaming out their names. My name is so and so, and I would never commit suicide. If you don't ever see me again, I would never commit suicide. And boom, they're being like put bags on them, put them into vans,
never to be seen again.
Just never to be seen again.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Or their family members screaming for the name. Oh, so and so at the protest, and we haven't seen them. If anyone knows their information,
please let us know or something. You can't. And the thing is that they can't even trust their own authority figures either.
Oh, of course not, dude. Everything's run by the government.
Exactly. Look at the way it's all done.
It's a communist nation, dude. Government controls everything.
It's insane, man.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking. I'm like, what if it's those Hong Kong protesters that they used like for experiments or something? I'm like, and they're using them to see how far this disease would go,
and how evolved it can get.
Yeah, and how fast it can spread, and what's the damage that it could do.
If that's the case,
okay,
yeah.
And then now imagine take it one step further. Okay, their own health care officials are doing that to their own citizens. It becomes something huge. Now it's a global emergency. So they're recapturing those same people and seeing, okay, let's see how far the disease went. They're taking blood samples again. All right, let's see what we can do better or something. Again, this is just conspiracy talk, folks.
No, yeah, of course.
I'm not pointing fingers.
No, we're not pointing fingers. It's just the way our mind works. And it could be these points could be potential proof, but we don't have that yet because nothing has been confirmed. So, but this is just what's been going around. This is what's been going around, and we're trying to put our own input.
This is just conspiracy talk. We're putting our tinfoil hats on.
So the aliens don't read our minds.
Like in the last episode, we're not saying it was aliens.
It was aliens.
But it was aliens.
Ancient aliens. Nah, man, it's crazy. It's getting insane out there. But hopefully, I mean, if there's a way for a solution to happen, then that has to happen fast because, like you said, it'll cause mass hysteria, it'll cause chaos, and eventually, by fear. I mean, that's one way that government can control us, with fear.
Oh, of course.
We've
seen governments do that time and time again.
Oh yeah, but we still don't learn from it. We're still stupid enough to say that the government is still helping us. At least this was still convinced. Yeah. The rest of us are trying to be woke. Not that woke, though. Stay woke. Stay woke. We don't want to be kings. We was once kings and queens. No, man. It's just the way of, how do you call it? Opening ourselves up and being open to different perspectives and be like, you know what? Look at the bigger picture. You know, if this is an actual situation that's happening, and the causes and the effects of it, of what can potentially evolve to, then you got to start questioning.
It brings me back to like the whole monologue in Signs with Mel Gibson.
The people turn into two groups. I love that monologue.
No. Not only that, but his end point. He's like, there are no coincidences. He's like, we're all just alone. I'm like, God, are we just alone here? Give me a sign. And my sign is getting infected.
You got blood coming.
You are alone, bitch.
You got blood coming down your eyes and everything.
That'll be the worst way to go. Yeah. But yeah, I like it when he says that in that way. There are no coincidences. I'm like, maybe there isn't. I'm like, it truly in life there are parts where you're like, fuck, like, does everything happen for a reason? I'm like, is everything like calculated? Like, am I just living along through life, or is there some bigger plan, or am I just some speck of dust on this blue marble, floating at traveling at thousands of miles an hour through an endless void?
Yeah,
that will eventually collapse on itself. Another thing that I thought as soon as I heard about the coronavirus, I thought they had called it Wu-Tang coronavirus.
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, I'm like, Wu-Tang. I'm like, oh, it's Wuhan.
Wu-Tang Clan, no.
Seriously.
Oh, man, that's funny. But yeah, that's one of the quotes that I think is one of the most important, especially when it comes to all of this connecting, different threads. Eventually it'll come to that. So which person are you? The one who believes in coincidence? Or no coincidences? All right, well, we are coming to a close of our segment of our conspiracy talk number 1. We will post any links that we have spoken about regarding any news articles, anything from the CDC, from the W.H.O, down in the description. And we will see you guys. Well, we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah, see you guys next time, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
This was fun. This will be our new conspiracy talk number 1.
Oh yeah, we're going to start putting more videos of like this. So if you guys are interested, don't forget to like, click subscribe, and ring that notification bell. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Have a good morning wherever you guys are. Try to stay safe. Try to keep up with the hygiene because you don't want to get that corona.
Yeah, I want to get the corona. Freaking boy. Nice health tip.
Exactly. No, I'm being serious. Try to stay safe and keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep your mind open, and
if you're sick,
if you're feeling sick, stay home. Just try to get the best rest that you can. Try to get the best remedy. You don't want to get it. Trust me.
You don't want to make it worse.
Yeah, you don't.
On yourself or others.
It's best to protect yourself, protect the family members, anyone around you. Just stay home. All right?
All right, guys.
We'll see you guys.
See you guys next time.
Well, that's a wrap for another episode on The 5. Don't forget to click and subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring that notification bell so you can be notified for any new content.